Hi everybody, I'm Brandon McCoy and I'm part of Roundhouse Theater's education team with today's theater challenge for teens. And holy moly, goodness gracious sakes alive, do I have a challenge of a challenge. Today's challenge uses three of my very favorite elements of theatrical storytelling: writing, acting, and comedy. I challenge you to write a monologue. But wait, there's more. This monologue has to be from the perspective of an inanimate object. But wait, there's even more. This inanimate object's greatest desire in life is to be a different inanimate object. I challenge you to write this monologue, star in it, record it, share it with us. But of course, here are some helpful reminders. Let's see what kind of theater we can make. Alright, so here are some helpful reminders for your monologue from the perspective of an inanimate object. Here are the skills that are going to be utilized in this exercise: creativity, observation, humor, and story progression. Let's very quickly dig into each one of these things. Creativity. Imagine what it might be like to be a specific inanimate object for a day, a week, a year. Put yourself in the position of an inanimate object. If this inanimate object could talk, what in the world would they say? That's the question that we use to stimulate the creativity of creating this monologue. Also, imagine what different inanimate object would be more of an appealing existence to your character and why. If you compare both of these things, you're probably going to come up with something that has progression and humor. Observation. Make a list of all of the elements of the inanimate object. Shape, color, size, texture, function, other ways that it can be used, etc. And make that list, write it down. Consider how these elements could be taken for granted, if indeed the inanimate object could talk. For example, I'm right now sitting on a chair. It's made of wood, it's brown, people sit on it, people stand on it, people shove it under tables. This is some observational information that I could use to create my monologue. Humor. I challenge all of you to make these monologues as humorous as you can. Approach the writing with a sense of the irony of such a situation. It's easy to imagine a chair would want to be a person. It's funnier if they instead would love to be a toaster. And the reveal that they would like to be a different inanimate object is inherently funny. Embrace the ridiculousness of the situation. Don't be afraid to be silly and push your imagination. And finally, story progression. It's important to the object. Any monologue is important to the person, or in this case, the thing that is speaking it. A playwright gives a character a monologue because they have something important to say, or at least it's important to them. So remember, as you're writing this is something that they need to get off of their chest. Embrace the character's desire to change. So I said that this is something they want to get off of their chest, or whatever the chair equivalent of a chest is. Embrace that they have a big desire. And by the end of the monologue, allow the character to have made a revelation, an alteration, or discovery of some kind. Basically, end somewhere different than where the character began. Now, these monologues don't need to be particularly long. They just need to be long enough for you to have established the character and for the character to have a progression of some kind. We would also call that a character arc. And if you achieve a character arc, chances are there's something in there for you as an actor to activate. Remember, we create character as actors with our bodies, our voices, and our imagination. When those three elements are working together, that's when we create playable actions within a character. Okay, now it's your turn. I challenge you to do this week's challenge and then share it with us using the hashtag RHTeenChallenge. Make sure to follow Roundhouse on social media and tag us in the post, because we're going to be featuring some of our favorite submissions on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter next Tuesday. And if you have any ideas for challenges you want to see in the future, write them in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the Roundhouse YouTube channel for brand new arts challenges every single week. Have fun. See you next Friday.